Excuse me, may I ask you some questions?
Sure, go ahead.
What time do you usually get up in the morning?
I usually get up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
So you usually get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, don't you?
Yes.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually practice my English.
What time do you usually practice your English?
I usually practice my English at 6:30.
So you usually practice your English at 6:30, don't you?
Yes.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually have breakfast.
What time do you usually have breakfast?
I usually have breakfast at 7 o'clock.
So you usually have breakfast at 7 o'clock, don't you?
Yes.
And then what do you usually do then?
I usually go to school.
What time do you usually go to school?
I usually go to school at 7:30.
So you usually go to school at 7:30, don't you?
Yes.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually come back home.
What time do you usually come back home?
I usually come back home at 11:30.
So you usually come back home at 11:30, don't you?
Yes.
What? And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually have lunch at noon.
What time do you usually have lunch at noon?
I usually have lunch at 12 o'clock at noon.
So you usually have lunch at 12 o'clock at noon, don't you?
Yes.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually take a nap.
What time do you usually take a nap?
I usually take a nap at 1 o'clock.
So you usually take a nap at 1 o'clock, don't you?
Yes.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually do my homework in the afternoon.
What time do you usually do your homework in the afternoon?
I usually do my homework at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
So you usually do your homework at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, don't you?
Yes.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually have a bath.
What time do you usually have a bath?
I usually have a bath at 5 o'clock.
So you usually have a bath at 5 o'clock, don't you?
Yes.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually have dinner in the evening.
What time do you usually have dinner in the evening?
I usually have dinner at 7 o'clock in the evening.
So you usually have dinner at 7 o'clock in the evening, don't you?
Yes.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually read books.
What time do you usually read books?
I usually read books at 8:30.
So you usually read books at 8:30, don't you?
Yes.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I go to bed at night.
What time do you usually go to bed at night?
I usually go to bed at 11 o'clock at night.
So you usually go to bed at 11 o'clock at night, don't you?
Yes. How about you? What time do you usually get up at morning?
I usually get up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
So you usually get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually practice my English.
What time do you usually practice your English?
I usually practice my English at 6:30.
So you usually practice your English at 6:30, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually have breakfast.
What time do you usually have breakfast?
I usually have breakfast at 7 o'clock.
So you usually have breakfast at 7 o'clock, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually go to school.
What time do you usually go to school?
I usually go to school at 7:30.
So you usually go to school at 7:30, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
I usually come back home.
What time do you usually come back home?
I usually come back home at 11:30.
So you usually come back home at 11:30, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually have lunch at noon.
What time do you usually have lunch at noon?
I usually have lunch at 12 o'clock at noon.
So you usually have lunch at 12 o'clock at noon, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually have nap.
What time do you usually have nap?
I usually have a nap at 1 o'clock.
So you usually have a nap at 1 o'clock, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
I usually do my homework in the afternoon.
What time do you usually do your homework in the afternoon?
I usually do my homework at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
So you usually do my homework at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually have a bath.
What time do you usually have a bath?
I usually have a bath at 5 o'clock.
So you usually have a bath at 5 o'clock, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually have a dinner in the evening.
What time do you usually have dinner in the evening?
I usually have a dinner at 7 o'clock in the evening.
So you usually have dinner at 7 o'clock in the evening, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
And then I usually read books.
What time do you usually read books?
I usually read books at 8:30.
So you usually read books at 8:30, don't you?
That's right.
And then what do you usually do then?
I usually go to bed at night.
What time do you usually go to bed at night?
I usually go to bed at 11 o'clock at night.
So you usually go to bed at 11 o'clock at night, don't you?
That's right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, see you later.
See you later.
Ta-ta.